Gola gola o veteranu ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM nambando na sir.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka dutalita ka ng Bula FM berarti ni nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka nandragin go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka. Nalang go Jerry yang melambasa. Do barong ng Bula FM nambando.
Bula FM nambando and
In the news tonight, another supermarket under the spotlight. Late cancer presentation a serious concern. And legal aid clarifies DVRO process.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Jackie Spate.
Another supermarket has come under the spotlight after they were found selling bones in the pretense of meat. The consumer watchdog says complaints and market surveillance brought the issue to their attention. Catherine Krishna reports.
Consumer Council Chief Executive Seema Shandil says the supermarket was selling lamb neck pieces in a package which did not contain any meat.
As of last week, a complaint was lodged with the council whereby lamb bones were sold under the pretense of lamb neck at the price that which lamb neck is sold at. So when we visited this supermarket, we found out whatever was claimed as was correct, and we had that removed.
Shandil says despite warning the supermarket, they continued to sell the product in their other outlets.
However, the same supermarket has many branches elsewhere too, and even around Suva to Nasuri Vicente, and they continued to sell it. So what actually my team had to do was to go individually visit all the other branches of this prominent supermarket to get this item removed.
Meanwhile, many Fijians say they are concerned about the quality of meat sold in supermarkets.
Meat is very expensive and plenty bone and no meat. The meat in the supermarket doesn't look good. It's look green when we saw the meat.
There is a lot of fat in the meat of the supermarket.
The Consumer Council is sending a stern warning to traders to set a standard for quality. Shandil says it is vital consumers get what they are paying for. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The few men presenting themselves for prostate cancer checkups or any other checkup have been labelled as rather sad or disappointing. CWM General Surgeon Dr. Elaithian De La Sao says most men do not turn up at all to hospitals for general checkups until their situation is really bad. Apprenticeship reports that the Health Ministry says approximately 30 to 40 Fijians are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year.
The Health Ministry has dedicated this month raising awareness for cancer affecting men, particularly prostate cancer, and it comes with its challenges.
Prostate cancer is quite high in Fiji. The incidence is quite high, but I think the pickup rate is low. So men are presenting at a late stage when things are quite late.
De La Sao says near-death presentation is common for men in Fiji and thus makes it more complicated to cure the disease.
A huge problem in Fiji where men in particular present very late when they are close to death's door, where all we can do is control the symptoms with medications, and if we do surgery, it's more just to control the symptoms, it's not to cure.
De La Sao stressed the importance of early presentation for any sort of cancer.
So if there's still within the organ, we can remove it surgically and you can be cured. When they've spread to other parts of the body, the lung and the liver is the areas where these cancers can spread. Once they've spread to these other organs, the cure sort of goes out the window.
The message is clear. Health expert can only do so much because it is every man's responsibility to care for his health.
Your wives need you, your children need you, and the whole of Fiji needs you. Most of us are breadwinners of the family, and it's important that it's time for us to put our health first.
Meanwhile, representatives of some business houses gathered in Suva for a Movember morning tea to raise funds for the awareness campaign.
The tendency with a lot of people is if they don't know about it, they're okay about it. And I feel that it's not the right way. I mean, think about your family, think about your children, and the people that rely on your support.
Good physical fitness also reduces the risk. De La Sao says exercise should be a must for everyone as obesity increases the chance of cancer. Apprenticeship, FBC News.
Women subjected to domestic violence seeking restraining orders are given immediate assistance and all the requirements are waived. This was highlighted by Legal Aid Commission Acting Director Shaheen Ali during Fiji's third Universal Periodic Review at the 34th session of the Human Rights Council in Geneva. Kritika Kumar reports the empowerment and legal representation of women is the key priority of legal aid.
Legal Aid Commission's acting director says through their various roadshows and awareness programs, they have been able to reach out to women who were victims of domestic violence.
Statistics show that approximately 60% of applicants in domestic violence cases are women. Approximately 43% of women have accessed our advisory services, whilst 36% of women have applied for assistance since 2016.
With the establishment of specialized units, they have been able to better deal with sensitive cases involving children.
This includes the child as an offender, or where they may be caught up in custody battles between parents in family law matters. Juvenile representation is another area where the Legal Aid Commission is prioritizing assistance, and for this purpose, we waive all eligibility requirements for juvenile offenders.
Acting Chief Justice says there is a continuous need for judges and magistrates to sensitize themselves to gender and age barriers to access to justice.
Judges and magistrates are also trained on issues relating to gender, competence and children appearing in court.
Meanwhile, bench book for cases involving children in court has been published and will be launched soon. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
15 high-risk drivers will have their names on the Land Transport Authority name and shame list. In a new move, the LTA will be revealing the names of these drivers in the newspapers. The drivers on the name and shame list will either have their driving licenses suspended or, in serious cases, cancelled. The authority says that this will also serve as a warning to other drivers. It has also undertaken this step to ensure that safety of our people on our roads is paramount. Up ahead, quality graduates is vital, says Employment Minister. And Yala Yala shares his success story. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Shelai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Services says they want to see individuals operating Airbnb properties become compliant. Airbnb is an online marketplace for arranging or offering lodging, primarily homestays. Apanisa Wangarandovu reports the FRCS stressed that compliance means businesses are operating legally.
The FRCS feels there is a gap between hotel operators and Airbnb owners.
The Hotel Association has an issue with the Airbnb, but it does have a contributing effect in the Fijian economy. So all in all, I think our approach is, our thinking is that we certainly want these people to come into the net.
Does also stress they are not after Airbnb operators or any micro businesses for immediate taxation.
Smaller businesses, give them space to grow, but I think we also need to sort of keep a little bit of tab that when they have grown from micro to medium, they need to start paying the fair share of taxes.
Meanwhile, some people agree that any business, whether small or big, should pay tax, while others say small businesses should be given time to grow.
I think all business should be registered with FIRTA and they should all be starting to pay all the taxes.
So I think business should be given a chance to grow before they start paying tax.
I believe a chance should be given to small businesses to grow and flourish, and after that they can pay tax.
DAS says compliance officers will check that any business operated in the country is legally operating by assisting them to comply with the tax agency. Apanisa Wangarandovu, FBC News.
Around 150 participants are expected to be part of the Real Estate National Conference, which will be held on the 29th of this month. Real Estate Licensing Board Chair Dr. Abdul Hassan says the annual conference will help the real estate industry to expand and improve. Dr. Hassan says salespersons and agents will be given an opportunity to broaden their understanding of the real estate issues. He adds Realby intends to build a strong relationship with key stakeholders in terms of information sharing and working together to make the real estate industry more vibrant and sustainable.
Now, we've seen in the past there is a lot of benefits of having all the agents, salesperson, other stakeholders together to share their views, and of course we'll have a number of speakers who would be talking on the different aspect of the real estate sector.
It is more important that our graduates meet the employers' needs and are industry ready. This was a statement made by the Employment Minister Parveen Kumar during the Fiji National University's Apprenticeship graduation over the weekend. Sanyani Mboila reports.
Complaints have been received by the Employment Minister from employers and industries regarding the gap between training, work and the productivity of employees.
We do not need large overall figures of graduates. We need our training institution and our universities to take stock of having needs-based programs and to undertake urgent reviews and bring a speedy resolution to our continued issues in meeting employment needs.
Kumar says close collaboration of relevant stakeholders is crucial to help address the issue.
We all need to work together to ensure that people and their skills are at the heart of an inclusive growth. If you invest in training and upskilling, employees will be more satisfied with their work.
Over 8,000 apprentices have so far successfully completed the apprenticeship training at the Fiji National University since its inception in 1963. Sanyani Mboila, FBC News.
Yala Yala is a household name for rugby in Fiji. Having started in the 80s with the famous Samoa Ndiri Yala Yala representing Fiji, the tradition continues in the family today. However, the name Yala Yala has popped up again, and this time it's not because of rugby. In our successful Fijian segment tonight, we'll see how 36-year-old Ndiri Yala Yala plans to make it big in the clothing industry. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Working hard and having no regret is what drives Ndiri Yala Yala to pursue better things in life.
Done all my schooling in Australia. I did spend 1 year in Fiji in 1999, and I went to school at Leilin, and I was staying with my auntie and got to play some Dean's rugby. And that 1 year in Fiji, I got to learn a lot about the culture, the customs, the tradition, the language.
Starting from scratch, Yala Yala was always determined to do something different.
It sort of came naturally. And then positioning my business and my brand within rugby sevens, that was my niche. So I think one has to find their own niche first of all, yeah, and then obviously have the passion and creativity to develop your ideas within your niche market. And then in terms of the business side of things, you know, it's just basically hard work.
He says the secret to success is making use of every opportunity in life.
Like being born and bred in Australia, even as a teenager, I'd go to school with at least $10 or $20 in my pocket. You know, you'd have the latest sneakers, you'd have your Walkman, and everything was given to you, and you know, you took it for granted to a degree. I didn't really understand how lucky I was, and then I came to Fiji and started schooling at Leilin, and then, you know, had to call my dad for 20 cents or 50 cents to play snooker. It was totally different.
The brand Yala Yala is now growing its status in the region, with many top athletes making it their preferable wear.
It wasn't essentially a business. I just thought I wanted to create a brand. So, you know, I said, okay, because our family name was Yala Yala, and I knew in Arabic Yala Yala means hurry up, come. So, and in Sydney, I grew up with a lot of the Arabic and Middle Eastern. So when they saw my surname was Yala Yala, I had to tell them no in Fijian, it means to make a promise. So then I studied a bit of fashion design, and then there was a subject where you had to create your own brand. And I said, okay, I'll use my surname. I'll use my surname because it means something in 2 different languages.
Yala Yala says family support is something that motivates him to do well.
I actually went to my dad first before I started and said, hey, Dad, I want to use our name, our family name, Yala Yala, for business. Is that all right? He said, yeah, sure. So he's pretty relaxed like that. My mum, I think my mum she didn't know too much about it until until a lot of people started calling her about it and talking to her about it. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay, he's doing good. And so
Yala Yala is of the belief that Fijians has what it takes to excel in the business world.
I say, what's stopping you? Don't let anything hold you back from developing your ideas.
The Yala Yala brand is now marketed in Australia, and discussions is underway to launch the brand in Fiji. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, Dubai next for Fiji Sevens. And Krishna shines in 80k win. This and more after the break.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.
Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Baber will have another week before he finalises his squad for the Dubai Sevens. Baber will have to wait after the Darwin Sevens next weekend, where another national Sevens side will take part before making his decision. The national side lost its Oceania Sevens title to Australia last night. Aquila Dhama has the details.
The Dubai Sevens is 3 weeks away, and that's enough time for Fiji to tighten up on a few areas after a 7-22 loss to Australia.
Yeah, we weren't quite where we needed to be come to a final. I think that we just made too many errors in that first half, and it sort of sapped the pressure out of where we were trying to, what we could create in the game. And we'll go back and look at why that happens. But ultimately, it was probably by the pressure that Australia pushed in the game, and we didn't react to it.
Fiji lacked a bit of guidance and leadership in the final, according to Baber.
The big thing that you do now is obviously get the players back in and go through the process of how they learn from playing in a final like that. So we wanted to see some of these young boys without some of the leaders that we normally have on the field, marshalling them standing up and doing it, and they did it for the majority of the tournament, just didn't manage it in that last one.
The national side started well with a try to Kavikini Tambo, which was converted by Waisiana Dungu, and they led 7-5 at half-time before the Aussies pulled away in the second spell.
We spoke about we can have as much fun with the ball, but when we're defending, we're not going to let ourselves down. So the boys showed that out there. When they had the ball, they threw it around, a few little kicks, and in defence they shaped up. They stopped a few of their offloads, got a few intercepts, and away it went.
Fiji will feature at the Darwin Sevens next weekend, but a different squad will be travelling. Aquila Dhama, FBC Sports.
The Fijiana put up a brave performance against Olympic champions Australia in the Women's Oceania Sevens final, but they fell short in the end. A stunning second-half performance proved to be the difference for Australia as they won 24-12. Aquila Dhama once again with the details.
After securing a spot in the 2020 Olympic Games, the Fijiana had to battle Australia for the Oceania title, and it didn't quite work out their way.
Our luck, we fell short in the final, but it is a learning curve for us as individuals and as a team to continue work hard for next week.
Wasiti Solikoviti scored the first try following some patient build-up. Anna Maria Naimasi continued her fine form in the tournament as she registered Fiji's second. Sayasi Fule says there were some positives for them from the match.
That was all the walk-ons from Glendale and the positional changes and the rotation in our squad. And it's good that we managed to coach the girls to be brave and mentally tough when it comes to situations like that.
but it was all Australia in the second spell with 4 unanswered tries.
For us, we were maybe a little bit nervous, obviously playing in the final, a lot of young players, and Fiji put us under pressure, and that's what they do. They're a good quality team. So for us, we just cooled our jets a little bit at half time and just really focused on playing our game plan, and I think we executed that very well in that second half.
Both teams will now focus for the second leg of the Women's Series in Dubai later this month. Aquila Vama, FBC Sports.
Being the only Fijian in the All Black 7 squad for the Oceania Sevens, Aquila Rokolisoa says he is proud to be playing on home soil. He says wearing the black jumper comes with challenges of its own. Faria Begum reports.
The 25-year-old Aquila Rokolisoa says despite wearing a rival jersey, he is happy to be playing at home.
It's actually great, very motivational and emotional as well. Having my family come from different places in Fiji. First time to play in a black jersey and for them to watch me as well. So really encouraging and motivational for me.
When questioned on how he felt about playing against Fiji, Rokolisoa says this is what was planned.
God placed me in New Zealand, got me a calling.
On the other hand, All Blacks coach Clark Laidlaw has full faith in Rokolisoa's capabilities.
The different types of players in the team. So Aquila, he's played for the last couple of years now, and I know he's excited about being picked to play here. It's the first time he's been back to play here. He's not played here the last 2 years we've been here. So he's excited. We're excited for him because we love what he brings for the team.
Rokolisoa made his debut for the All Blacks in last year's Hong Kong Sevens and has so far scored 78 points for the team. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
In weather, a trough of low pressure with associated cloud and showers remains slow-moving over Fiji and is expected to affect the group till Tuesday. Looking at the west, a gloomy day, occasional showers and a few thunderstorms. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, showers were experienced at regular intervals and a few thunderstorms. And up north, mostly cloudy conditions, possible evening showers expected. At sea, a northeast wind flow prevails over Fiji waters. Now for the tides. The next high tide will be at 5:51 a.m. tomorrow with low tide at 11:31 p.m. Sunrise is at 6:23. And looking at tomorrow, it's occasional showers and a few thunderstorms over most places. Isolated heavy falls are possible. And looking further on to Monday, occasional showers and a few thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories for tonight, another supermarket under the spotlight. Late cancer presentation a serious concern, and Legal Aid clarifies DVRO process. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question we're asking: should we have a nationwide measles vaccination campaign? Visit the FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, our Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Natango Maria, Maramani Waya Manatu Sawa, waiting to Tunde Nandi, Yaundo Marata, Canavarro, and Radio Fijuan.
Yawa Asna Tili, Yawa Mara Monica. Tondo Barro Vale, Bonardoma Viti Lambasa.
Bula, Natango Prostate Garce, Goer Kraki, the Televio Navarro and Radio Fijuan, Nandomi Vit. Natango Chanibukia, Omoni Namosi, and the Talita Canavarro and Radio Fijuan, Nandomi Vitisu.
Radio Fijuan, Nandomi.